going on? What's going on? It is Trinidad and Tobago's son, New York City's nephew, called YOUNG. And we got a special guest host today. I don't even know how to bring this man in the proper way, but I want to say, man, he is a father. He's an entrepreneur. He is just one of the greatest individuals I've been privileged to know and come across. This man has a great talk show on TikTok called We Listening, We Don't Judge. It's doing massive things. Go over there and check him out. He is rare. Form number one, my cousin, my brethren. Bring that man in, man. Make some love, man. Give that man some love, man. Give that man some love. My brother, you like that? That was a good intro. I feel like I did a good job, man. I feel like I missed a few key points.
That was nice.
I feel like I missed a few key points. I feel like I missed a few. Okay, I feel like I did my job. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. I see you.
Thank you for
the intro.
Thank you for the intro.
Yo, I appreciate you giving off your time, man. I appreciate you sitting down and giving some of your time. I know you're in beautiful one. Y'all people, first off, y'all hear me say it all the time. I'm pretty sure you just ignore me because you think I'm just rambling when I say Trinidad and Tobago's son, New York City's nephew, but I really mean it, all right? I am Trinidad and Tobago's son. That's where I'm from. That's where he is right now, enjoying that good island food, that beautiful sun, and doing all type of whorish things out there, all right? Because, look at him. He just got his hair did. He's going to go out and do something, all right? He's going to start doing some change in a minute. That's why he's smiling. But, yo, Rare, man, I appreciate you. Tell the people who you are, man, because we're gonna jump into some serious conversation in a minute. But just tell the people who you are and what you're about. I don't want to be the only one praising you. You know what I'm saying? So give yourself some introduction. Let's let the people know who you are.
Well, it's like he said, when he brought me in on the introduction, father of 3 daughters. Love my daughters to death. Entrepreneur. I am running a little show right now on TikTok called We Listening, Don't Judge. Come up on there, we have fun. We talk about different topics and things like that about life situations. I am in Trinidad right now. Later on down the line, we are going to talk about this on the show, how I ended up back into Trinidad. I was raised in the States, up in Jersey. I was raised up in Jersey, but I ended up back in Trinidad. Later on, like I said, later on down the line, we are going to talk about that situation. Hey, man, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be a guest on your show, Banter'N'Bullsht. We here. We're going to have fun today, y'all. And we're going to enjoy the show today, man. Let's have fun.
We are. I want you to do one thing, right? And I don't want you to do that ever again. Don't ever say a little show. All right? When you say I have a little show, you are diminishing the greatness that this damn show is. All right? So stop that shit.
Absolutely.
When you say little show, it sounds like a baby mom's. Right? Like, oh, you got your little show. You got your little podcast. Don't downplay it.
Right.
All right? You are doing something. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, right? Don't do that. Now, for those of you who are checking in, I was privileged. All right, funny story, right? I believe I've known this man since I was a little kid. This is what I believe. I believe we played as little children at some point and crossed paths in Trinity. We just don't even remember. And then years later, we cross paths again as men, and we end up being just as cool. But I will share that the way I met him in ICE detention, right? For those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure some of you guys who've been watching the show, you understand that how I feel about immigration and all of that is a different vibe. But you never really pay attention to how it affects you until it's people close to you. When you're watching TV, I think immigration is synonymous with Hispanic people at this point, right? Like, you think immigration, you think it's just Spanish people, right? That's what people I think that's what most Americans' mindset tend to float to, is just, oh, it has to be a Spanish person, it has to be a Spanish person, it has to be a Spanish person. And it's not. There's different shades, there's different ethnicities that go through it, but it tends to be the Hispanic community that gets the brightest spotlight, and the rest of us tend to fall to the wayside for the most part. So when I met him, this is how we crossed paths. We met each other in ICE detention, and it was one hell of a box to get out of that, and to get out of it only to be pulled back into the madness was something that was just unhappy, man. tell me your story, bro. Like, I don't want to tell your story. You know what I'm saying? That is not something I want to do. I want to tell your story.
Well, basically, when it was 2000, 2019 or 2020, I was picked up by ICE.
Mm.
Fought ICE my whole case, for 2 years. For 2 years straight, we was fighting that case and everything like that. It was tough. It was hard. Not knowing what's gonna happen. Not knowing if I was gonna get deported one day or if I was gonna go home to my kids another. But you want me to make it the long story or make it the short story version?
Man, we got time, man. Make it the long fucking story. Just, tell. Look, this is the thing, right? I want people to understand, right? Because people don't tend to comprehend what ICE detention is. Like I said, it's so sensationalized on TV, and you hear it from different avenues and different platforms, but you never hear from the people that actually experienced it and went through it. So when you have an opportunity to do that, I always want to have that like brought out. So give them the story, bro. Like the facts. Fuck all that pigeonholing shit. I told you, this ain't TikTok. We can talk shit over here. All right, we can tell the
Got
truth
you.
over here. You know what I'm saying?
Got
We
you.
won't be silenced over here. So go ahead.
Got you. All right. So basically, 2020, ICE picked me up. I was scared to death. Not knowing what was gonna happen. I didn't even know nothing about. I ain't gonna say I didn't know nothing about ICE. I didn't expect that to happen to me with
Mm.
ICE. When they picked me up, I had my kids and everything like that. Called my kid's mother and I told her what was going on. She was actually she broke down because she didn't know what was gonna happen with the kids and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go into me being in ICE detention. Well, as I'm in ICE detention center, you get robbed by attorneys that's in there. If you try to get a private attorney, they do rob you. I did have one. He took about $8,000 from me, maybe more,
Dang.
maybe more. From me hiring him to do my immigration case to see the immigration judge. He was supposed to. He never attended about my first 4 court dates. He never attended. So in
Wait,
order
wait,
for me to
wait.
get him there,
Hold on. Hold on. You paid this man about 8 bands to represent you in ICE court,
well,
and
the
this
first
individual
no, the
never
the,
showed
the
up.
no, the first court days when I first hired him,
Mm.
we paid him $2,500 from the show for the first court
Did he show up?
from the show, but he never came.
Wow.
Did you
Wow.
freeze?
Okay. So he never
Oh, he
showed up.
froze.
I can still hear you. I can still hear you.
Say that again.
I can still
You
hear
keep
you. I can still
freezing,
hear
yo.
you. I think that's your reception. Being out there in Trinity and all that. The reception might not be. This is what we got to deal with. I'm doing stuff all the way over there, but it's not a big deal. This is kind of what happens when you're doing content from multiple sides of the country. But shit, not even the country, the planet.
Yeah, you keep freezing. There
If
you go.
Yeah, it's going to be the reception. It's going to be
Oh, you can
shaky.
still
I
hear
mean,
me?
you all the way out there. Yeah, I could still hear you. You continue. And this is what happens, people. We go through a situation where we're always trying to
Okay,
get
cool.
something
So
done,
yeah, nah, he never showed up.
and it's going to be complicated. He's all the way in
He didn't
Trinity,
show up
so
for the
he's
first
he's
four
working
court
on
dates.
that reception out there,
Then
and I
so for
am
me to actually get him
really
there, we
happy
had to
with
actually
how
call
it's
him
going
and
to
let
go
him
out.
know, like,
So forgive me for the
so
technical
it's
difficulties.
saying,
We went
so
through
for the
this
court
at
date,
least 3 times
it's
to
gonna
ensure the
be,
connectivity was going
like
to work, but it's
automatic
not. And
deportation.
I do apologize for that, but this is what happens. I want to get his
So the
story out
court date,
and
the following
heard,
court date that was coming up
so that you
from that
understand,
one,
okay,
he
this is
actually did
where
show up.
this individual is. He is back in Trinidad right
Um,
now, and
they
he is
did they
doing
did
good.
the
He
little
is prospering
procedures
at
and
the end of the
everything
day.
as a
But to hear
court.
that story, I think
I
is
feel like I'm talking
something
to myself with you being
that
frozen like that though.
I would love for people to hear. Hopefully, he's able to get back in. Um, I want to make sure he's able to get back in. He's having issues re-entering the situation. I think that's him right now hitting me up. He's trying to get back in. So I just want you people to understand, man, like a lot of people who are trying to find their freedom in ICE detention, they will spend money pay these lawyers. He's definitely trying to get back in. They will spend money and pay lawyers, and these lawyers tend to take advantage of individuals. These lawyers tend to take advantage of your hope, and some of them will sell you a dream, man. Some of them will tell you something that's not even factual, and it's insane. Speaking of, there you go. Where you sitting at? Your reception is kind of messed up. I can hear you. Can you see me? Yeah, I can't hear you now. Your audio is out. There's no audio with you. I can only see you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Rare, can you hear me? He's having technical difficulties, people. We do apologize, man, but this is what happens when you're all the way. Why are you doubled up? You're doubled up now. Why are you doubled up? What is going on?
It's clear on my. It shows on my side like it's not doubled up or nothing.
Well, let's just keep rocking. I'm not, like I said, this is what happens with the reception, right? Like this is usually how it goes. Um, there's not much you can do. It's not much you can do. But continue with your
You can hear
story,
me.
though. I want you to continue. Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear
Continue
me,
with what
right?
you were
All
saying.
right. So like yeah, so for us to get him there, we had to tell him, let him know, like, if you don't show up, the Gillette just said if you don't show up on the next court date, it's automatic deportation or whatever. So he did show up. They did their little procedures and everything like that. But I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Later on down the line, I actually lost the immigration judge case. He denied everything for me. So we had to appeal. We appealed to the what is it, the Board of
The
Immigration Appeal,
BIA.
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 We
Real
appealed to
quick, right? Just to give people some context, when you're petitioning to stay in the country, usually how it works is depending on where you're from, your locale, there's only a few things you can actually petition for. Um, Being from Trinidad, one of the few things that we can actually petition for is asylum. That's probably one of the only things that's affordable to us
well,
is asylum.
I didn't go for the
Why
asylum.
didn't you?
I went for cancellation and removal.
Cancellation removal. Wow, you took a gamble. I would have did the
Yeah,
asylum.
that's what I
I would
went
have
for. I
did
went
the
for
asylum.
cancellation. I couldn't go for asylum because it wasn't really nothing. I didn't have no proof or anything to say that I was.
Man, you ain't never listened to Alonzo, man. It ain't what you know is what you can prove. You can create.
Fact.
You can create a problem.
Well, well,
Not saying that
at
I'm telling anybody to create a problem in ICE or anything like that. I just want to let you know, Cardio does not
well,
represent any type of falsity. All right, just want to let y'all know.
know, knowing what I know now, yes, I
Yeah,
probably would have went for the asylum. Knowing what I
yeah,
know now. At that
yeah.
time, I didn't really know too much about ICE. I didn't know nothing about it, so I was going with what the lawyer was saying to me,
And
not
that's the
knowing,
problem right there, right?
not
Like
knowing, not knowing that it's actually he's kind of like actually the reason of why, like he's part of the reason of why I ended up back in here, why I'm back in Trinidad right now.
really.
Yes. Like
Oh my god.
the lawyers that I had after him, they said he's one of the reasons why like, he messed up my whole case from the
Real
beginning.
quick, what is this inept lawyer's name? What is this idiot's name? So people that are watching could keep, if they have families that's dealing with it, or wherever the area may be, they come across this lawyer, who should not be practicing law at all. What is this lawyer's name? Oh, you can say his name here. If you don't remember his name, you better remember. Say his name. We won't air him out. Because that's
His
that's that's
name
ridiculous.
Ale-
It's
Alexander
ridiculous.
Kane or something. I can't
It's
remember his name. Something
ridiculous.
Kane, Alexander Kane or something like that. I can't
That's
remember his name.
ridiculous. That
But
that that that
to tell
sickens
you the
me.
truth, he probably done passed away, or he probably don't even practice law no more.
I hope he doesn't.
Something
I
like
hope he's not practicing law.
yeah,
I hope
because
he's not.
when I got the other lawyers, the pro bono lawyers, they actually helped me to put in a complaint on him to report him
Okay, good.
to the the
You you getting old. You getting old, man. What
man.
you getting old? When you start doing the what the hell you call that? It's
No,
the damn
and I
thing with the
and I said when I gave the story on my own platform, I said it all too with no
what's the
problem.
damn thing? We put the complaint to the that thing with the it's with a letter. I know it's with a letter. Don't bring me into this. This is your story. Don't bring me into this shit.
You know what I'm talking about.
You on your own, old man. So, all right, back to what you did was you filed a complaint. You got new lawyers to help you with your case to
I didn't
to
get the new
appeal.
lawyers until my third circuit appeal. So when I appealed in the BIA, he wrote the motion, the brief for me. He wrote the brief up for me for the
Mm-hmm.
BIA and everything. Well, saying of why I should get the cancellation and removal. That's basically the BIA is you um appealing for they answer the appeals to go back to the immigration judge, which
That's the
they
Board
deny.
of Immigration
Most
Appeals. For
likely,
those of you who don't know, Board of Immigration Appeals is what BIA stands for. Just so you know. Continue, sir.
most likely, most majority of the time, I say about 95% of the time, they don't never grant you your appeal. Never.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
BIA.
That's true.
So
That's true.
they deny it, after that, and that take you'll be sitting up in ICE for months, maybe a whole year, might be longer, depending on. I can't even say depending on who you were. It just depends. It just
It
depends.
just depends. No, you're right.
It just
You're
depends
right.
on how they feel.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's
It depends
crazy?
on how they feel.
What's crazy is this, right? If you're on the street fighting an ICE case, they will take years, and that's a beautiful thing. That means you have more time to situate yourself and get what you gotta get done. But when you're sitting in ICE detention, and for those who don't understand, ICE detention is not like you're at a hotel or you're in a dome. You're in jail. You're in a jail. I just want people to understand that. I know they put that word around it, detention, so it doesn't sound like you're locked up. You're in jail. You're in jail like anybody else that committed a violent crime or whatever the case may be. The only difference is when you're in jail. I know they've gotten rid of the bail thing, so Kaz, you ain't getting bail no more. But I'm gonna go downstate in 2 months. I'm gonna do my bid. I'm gonna go home. That does not exist in that. You're just sitting in a jail cell on a jail tier, waiting. That's it. Just waiting. Like the stupid like people be like, what are you waiting for? I am waiting for a bus. Bus to where? I don't know. When does the bus get here? I don't know. How many people going on the bus? I don't know. You know nothing, and that just so you people understand. But continue, man. Just so y'all get a idea of what this means.
So yeah, after the BIA and everything, my case was denied from the BIA.
Mm.
Now, I have 30 days to appeal the BIA decision to the Third Circuit. The Third Circuit, well, there's different circuits for different states. For different states, so they call it different circuits. In Jersey, it's the Third
Right.
Circuit.
Okay.
In PA, I think it's what the First Circuit or something like that. I know in Louisiana, it's 10th Circuit. But I'm in Jersey, so I'm appealing to the Third Circuit. This is the Supreme Court. I had 30 days to put in my appeal for that. So now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm wondering, do I want to do this? Do I want to go through this? It's already been like been like what, over a year now. I'm sitting up in ICE, not knowing what's gonna happen, what to do, how to figure this thing out, what's going to happen to my kids. So while I was sitting there trying to figure everything out, I just came up with it and said, you know what? I'm gonna do it for my kids. I'm gonna put
Mm.
in the appeal and see what happens. So, but instead of me putting up here with this attorney, my boy Lenny Munoz. Lenny Munoz came
Lenny.
with me. Yeah, man,
Yeah, yeah.
gotta give him a shout out, man. You know my boy
Good
Lenny
dude. Good
Munoz,
dude.
man. Cool dude, man. Good job. Came in, he told me, he's like, yo, why you keep using this dumb guy right here? Like, stop using him, man. All you doing is taking your money, man. I'm gonna put you onto these people right here. The same lawyers that he used, pro bono lawyers, American friend, very good people. Very nice people. If anybody's been in a situation like that, man, that's out in Jersey, like, use them people right there. Very good and helpful.
Facts.
Like, yeah, I use them right there. They helped me put in the complaint to the attorney, try to get my money back. I didn't get my money back. But they did try to help me. Um, but I used them for the first surgery. But in between that, before I get into that part with the pills and everything, right?
Mm.
Boom. wearing ice in Jersey. This is a good part right here, y'all.
This is
This
the
is
ill
ice
part.
in
This is crazy.
Jersey.
It's crazy.
You know, they put people outside protesting and everything. They go hard trying to get ice to shut down. That's actually had that down in Jersey.
Yeah.
They contract. Who's they contract? Yeah, we all going home. We about to go home with no more ice in Jersey.
No, that is not what's about to happen. That's not what's about to happen. What's about to happen is they are going to protect their investment and their money, and they will just start moving you around like pieces. We gonna move you wherever we want to move you, and ain't nothing you
I'm
could do
really
about it.
excited, man. We so good about this one,
Yeah,
man.
felt like when Barack got elected president. Like, yes, man, we got a black president. It's over. We free. No, 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 no. That's not what's about to happen. You thought wrong. I'm sorry, Negro, but that's not what's about to happen.
It was a good feeling. It was a good feeling for a little minute.
Nah, it's not. It's definitely not what you thought it was
Oh
gonna be.
man. But yeah, you know, everybody felt like they about to go home. But hey, man, they changed their minds and said, I'm not going nowhere. You know, we gonna transfer you. Some people did
Yep.
get to go home. Some people did get to go home. Some people got released on ankle monitor and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Forced me out on um, but it wasn't ice. Some of us came up with the idea, look, we're gonna protest inside. We're gonna do a little hunger strike or whatever, do what we could do. I can forget we on YouTube, I can say what I want.
Yeah.
We're gonna do we're gonna do a hunger strike and we're gonna, protest on the inside while the people is outside protesting. You know, with the outside they don't have time to help us while we not inside trying to help ourselves too. So we jumped in, started a little hunger strike. Yeah, Lenny was the one that actually started it up. In the middle of the night, in between that, can't remember his name. I'll check it out. This guy runs and tells the doctor that we are planning not to move, not to go nowhere. That we are only
Wait,
going to.
wait, wait, wait. Somebody in the exact same situation as everyone else turns around and becomes, I'm gonna say it because MIT not here to tell me not to say it, turns into a Sambo ass nigga, right? And ran over there and said, these niggas on that nag is planning to do some shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane.
So it kind of messed up our plans because now they runs up in there on. So, we expect them to come early in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, like they normally do. Come grab you at 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
It comes about 3 in the morning, unexpected. Nobody's expecting. Everybody's in bed. Comes in there suited up, big old shields, all that,
Yeah,
all
the
the
turtles.
little
Yeah, the
masks,
turtles.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
right. Yeah. The turtles, man.
So, yeah,
I
novelty
mean,
release.
it's turtle action right there, man. That's how they do it. That's how they do
Came up in there deep, suited up, ran up on, so pointing people out, picking people out. You get up, waking us up in the bed. We're in the dorm, we're all in the dorm, so everything's opened up. Everybody wake up.
it.
Stand up out of bed. They start handcuffing us. You're not allowed to take nothing but take away all our accomplishments, everything that we ever had, all our property, everything. All
And I
your
wanna, I mean to stop you, right? I wanna really just reiterate, once again, this is ICE the detention. I do it with the quotes, detention, right? We were supposed to be treated a little bit more fairly outside of being treated like an inmate because the only crime alleged that we may have committed was either coming here illegally or violating an agreement that was on the green card. That's another thing for those of you who have permanent resident cards. There's a fine print when you get that card. There's a fine print on it. If you weren't aware, you commit a crime in the country, they reserve the right to fuck you up. That basically means to kick your ass out. So if you didn't know, now you know. All right? Just now you know. but you find out the worst way possible, right? Like the question I have for you actually is, what got you into ICE detention? Were you incarcerated and then went to ICE detention, or were you on the street and then ICE picked you up because of an old violation?
I was in the street. I picked me up for
Mm.
a violation from back in 2010. They picked me up in 2020.
Wait,
So 10 years
wait.
later. 10 years later, yes.
What?
10 years later, yes. 10 years later.
Oh my God. Damn.
You know what
So,
brought it up? You know what brought it up? Let me tell you what brought it up. Right? What brought it to light. I got married and I was filing my
mm,
paperwork and everything. They granted everything for me. I had my work permit, my told to do everything, all that. Now, 4 years after I filed everything, I got everything. My
yeah.
wife was like, trying to figure out, like, yo, what's going on with your visa? I'm like, yeah, I heard nothing. Nobody's been saying it. So I go and I hire the lawyer, find out what the lawyer puts in the paper. What's going on? So once he puts in the paper, find out what's going on. I'm like, so maybe a month. And then 30 days, you got the pressure.
Ooh, so wow. So you mean to tell me you were somewhere in a stack of papers, just in the office somewhere, forgotten about, and because you made the inquiry into your situation the correct way, they said, "Oh, he ain't supposed to be here." I know I messed up because I should have already pushed this paperwork since then, but it's not my fault. It's his fault. He shouldn't be here. So now that we know he shouldn't be, hey, bro, you got 30 days to get him on out of here, or we gonna come get you. That's Look, man. It is a very savage thing. And once again, I understand the necessity for immigration. I'm not saying that immigration isn't should be abolished or should be taken down. I'm just saying the approach, the methods in how things are done needs to be done better. That's an agree, right? We can agree on that. We can say that we're not sitting here saying abolish ICE giving. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is their approach needs to be better. There needs to be some accountability within that entire establishment. You're screwing up does not mean that those of us who are doing things the correct way have to suffer, right? And I will say it, with all these ICE raids going on, I want to see the same energy in the Russian neighborhoods and the Irish neighborhoods. If you're doing it for the Hispanic community, I want that same energy in the Russian neighborhoods. Go to the schools when they graduating in the Russian neighborhoods. Go over there in Brighton Beach in Brooklyn. Go over to Brighton Beach, and because let's be real, we know there's a bunch of them over there. Run down on them the way you run down on the Hispanic community. Keep the same energy, because the message that you are sending is you do not want black or brown people. You're saying that if you do not present as white, you are considered an immigrant, which is the most hilarious thing ever, because the Caucasian is the most immigrant motherfucker here. So I don't understand. I don't understand. The Haitians had to go back. Yeah, they had to take their ass back. You didn't want them here, but the South Africans, oh my God, come on down. Come on down, white South Africans. Come on over. Come on over. You're not talking about how some of those South Africans are murderers that just snuck on in here. You're not talking about that, but it's okay. I'm really frustrated. I didn't want to stop you, like I said, man. You went through that. So basically they told you had to leave. They picked you up off of that. So now when you're fighting for your release, what initially led to your release from ICE?
Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia.
Damn, they had you everywhere.
Yeah, they had me in Georgia.
Good. Damn.
So for me being while I'm in Georgia, the attorney put in the stand me. Actually, no, my fight was booked for me to actually get sent back October 23rd. I was supposed to be
Mm.
back. So when they booked it, they don't have my attorney put in a stand move. Stand move.
You just froze up again. This is where I hear is like it's getting spicy.
So once you get that, that morning, that morning I was supposed to pick you up, the party,
Yeah.
by, by Thursday, I granted. I can't touch me.
Yo, they be doing shit in the clutch, don't they? Damn. That was a clutch moment. Sheesh.
I was
Damn,
scared.
that's a clutch moment.
I was scared. Yeah, they didn't do anything. They not did my COVID because it was around COVID time. So they didn't get my COVID test while you know,
Mm.
they didn't do all
Yeah.
that. Took my time, my ticket, get back home. Everything was done right. I was back.
Yeah.
Everything back then. As all that's going on, it still was months after that. They were back then. I stayed. October 23rd.
What year was this?
2021.
Okay.
21. So while all that, so now I'm in Georgia. I know I still touch me. I can't do nothing. I'm trying to get out of there. Like, yo, I got a hold of me here. But yeah, I can't do nothing for me. But that thing I gonna do is that's why I'm sitting here for nothing, for no reason. I'm waiting for it. Surgery. I go for
Yeah, they are. They
surgery.
can do what the hell they want
Chase
with
my
you. It's
you know,
usually
that
how that
surgery
works.
still
It froze up again, yo.
sitting there waiting.
We are working,
So
man. I appreciate y'all. I
go
appreciate
on
y'all being
Thanksgiving.
patient with us. You know what I'm saying? We
I'm on
trying
a
to get
cruise
this
for
thing situated correctly.
18 days.
It's just a reception, man. He's in a whole nother country. What do you expect? I told him to get a boost. You see what he's doing. He's moving around. He's driving around. So you'll probably be able to get plugged back in.
You hear me?
Yeah, continue.
Did you hear everything I just said?
No, nothing. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. I was talking during the dead space just so we didn't have dead space because that's kind of what you do in the
Okay,
business.
so basically, so while I'm waiting for the third circuit to answer and everything, I get in there, third circuit will take forever to answer. It takes forever. It can take years, it can take months, it doesn't matter. It takes forever.
Yeah.
So seeing that they can't do nothing with me, I'm trying to do what's next. I'm on a 100 for 18 days.
Yeah.
I'm on a 100 for 18 days. My ISO is still trying to get me before he comes there, trying to get me to sign paperwork and all that, trying to get me before. No, right?
Yep. Not signing nothing. It's not happening. Good try. Come back. Thank you. Come again.
They
All right.
still, they can't support you. They still try. Still, I feel like they
Yeah.
hold the law. They try to do anything they want, but they can't deport me without that signature. But they can. They did it to me this time.
So you get released, right? You win the situation. You get released. You're home. Everything is moving the way it's supposed to. You're at work. You get to see your daughters. Life is slowly starting to rebuild and get back to where it gets back where you want it to be. When you started your business, love the business by the way. You started that. You were doing what you were supposed to do. You weren't out
hmm
here selling drugs. You wasn't out here, you know, sneaking people over the border. You wasn't out here eating the dogs and the cats. As somebody wanted to colorfully put it.
I had a good job. I was working. I had my work permit. I was working. So I
Mm-hmm.
had my own business. I was doing everything the right way, doing everything I was supposed to do. Spending time with the kids, doing the family thing and all that. Doing everything the right way. Didn't get no trouble at all the whole time. No
Right.
trouble. Everything right. He still picks me up. Boom,
What was
witness.
the reasoning this time? What was the reason?
My case was denied by the third circuit judge under their discretion. 2 weeks after Trump got into office.
Gee.
Two
So
weeks
2 weeks.
after he got into office, I received a letter in the mail stating my case is denied under the judge's discretion.
And now we are where we are. Now you back home.
But
And
mind you, hold on. Mind you,
yeah,
they had no reason to deport me no more because the charge that they were trying to deport me for no longer exists because I did a PCR on
let's let's clarify this. Okay. Now, the charges that you were picked up for initially that were already 10 years old, you put in for a PCR, which is called a post-conviction relief. The post-conviction relief basically goes back to the charge that you had, the criminal charge, and lowers that criminal charge to where it's no longer considered a deportable offense. You made that happen. So the charge that they were initially trying to deport you for, no longer exists. So that means you no longer violated anything as far that would make you deportable. But because, once again, at the judge's discretion, and notice people, it's the exact same charge. There's a double jeopardy when it comes to immigration, apparently. They can do whatever the fuck they want. So they turn back around and snatch you up for the exact same thing that no longer exists to deport you.
Yes.
I want people to understand how stupid that is, right? Let's just sit down for a minute. Let this marinate, right? You committed a crime, did the time for it, was already home, minding your business. 10 years later, like, you know how they do a few moments later, 10 years later, 10 years later, they snatch you up and say, you violated this, we're going to deport you. You beat it, get the PCR, the charge is reduced, it's no longer a deportable offense. So now, from here to when the charge was committed, to the 10 years you picked up and where the charge, then another year over, the charge gets redacted to not even being a deportable offense. They say, nah, we still gonna get you for that shit that happened 10 years ago, even though on paper it doesn't exist anymore. I'm gonna say that's some of the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. That's pretty goddamn stupid.
Hey, man, that's ice for you, man. They do whatever they want.
That's pretty damn stupid. And think about this, right? I want you to really sit down and think about this. When I say you, I mean people that's watching right now. I want you to sit down and think about this. If they can do that, that means you could have a speeding ticket from 20 years ago. Because I witnessed it. I witnessed a man. This how insane. I witnessed a Vietnam vet be deported for a weed charge that he had back in 94. Weed is now legal. Let's think about how insanely stupid this is. For a weed charge from 1994, he already did the time for the distribution, did all of that. Came home like in 98 or something, I don't remember, but I know it wasn't that long. Did this time, was living his life, minding his black ass business. Got picked up just like Rare got picked up for something that he did over a decade ago. Help me understand this. Like, this justice system is so perplexing to me, right? That a young white male can rape a woman and receive 5 years suspended sentence with 5 years probation. And when asked why he wasn't given jail time, you say the jail time would serve no purpose. But the young lady who was raped murders her rapist. She receives 51 years in jail. Make it make sense. I don't understand it. You're home. You're prospering. You're living. I'm happy for you. They took nothing from you. They gave you a better opportunity. And you are thriving. And when I say that, I'm so happy for you that you're a sign of, look, this is what happens when people get deported. Look, he's not crying, he's not begging, he's not banging at the door, please let me back. He's not doing any of that. He is living his life.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't even want to come back.
Uh, look, I ain't mad at you. I
Only thing
and
I'm missing from over there is my kids and my mom.
absolutely. And they gonna be there soon. And with this madness when it comes to the legal system, we gonna jump right into why I think the legal system is hilarious. Have you? I know you don't really care because you over there, you in training, you don't really care. But have you been paying attention to what's going on with Puffy? Like, oh my god! Oh, first off, I feel like they should let Puff at least get some Beijing in there because them grades is coming out. At least let him get some Beijing. Let Puff get some. What he gonna do? He ain't gonna hurt nobody. He gets some Beijing. Let yo, because I really haven't been following it, right? But like, shit have pop up on my timeline. I'm like, oh shit, Puff look older than motherfucker. Like, goddamn, like that shit. Like that nigga went from take that to let me get that. Let me get that. Change for $1. Change for $1. Puff looks terrible. He's winning these smaller battles, like these other charges that they're throwing. Certain charges are slowly being just pushed away and diminished, and it's looking more and more like Puff can chip this case up. You know what I mean? He might really be living his rhymes, man. Diddy did it, but Diddy gotta quit it. Like he might really,
Hey, this is what I've been explaining. I was trying to explain this to a couple other people too. Like,
yeah,
I really think he's gonna get off, man, because like the stuff that they said about him, they can't. All they going off of right now is he said, she said. They don't have no proof. They don't really have no proof. They only got stuff back
yeah.
of what he's saying. This person said.
No, the Cassie situation, absolutely. The whole world seen him. You football kicked that woman. You was
Oh,
beating
nah,
on a
yeah,
woman.
you know, because
You
they got
got to
video
chew
on it.
that. Yeah,
They got
yeah. You
video
got
on
to
it.
eat that charge. Yeah, you got to eat that charge. But now, what his defense is doing, they've already put that doubt in Cassie now, right? Because they have audio of her threatening to kill somebody. You know, if they release a tape of hers and she's like, "Yo, I'll fucking kill you." So they're trying to like discredit Cassie in a way, right? Trying to minimize her role as a victim and play it more like she's like a female Puff, is what they're trying to say. So that's to say, I don't understand. Like my thing is this: I didn't know it was illegal to be a freaky ass nigga. I didn't know that was illegal.
Right?
I didn't know that was illegal.
I
I
agree
didn't
with
know it was
that.
illegal for you to be a freaky ass nigga. Like, I didn't know if you like to have sex with multiple women, that was wrong. I didn't know it. I mean, it's not legally wrong, but you want another dude's nut rubbed on your nipples, that's insane. But that's your business, bro. I'm not gonna I'm
To
not
each
gonna
his
judge
own,
you.
man.
That's yeah, that's
To each
you.
his own.
Yeah, that's your business. But I'm trying to figure out where we needed a federal task force to take this man down. Half of the stuff that's been going on, NDAs were signed. If an NDA is signed, that generally means there's some type of complicity in these freak offs. So how is this? I don't know. But look, we're not gonna stay on Puff. That's it for him. I'm not worried about him. Hopefully he beats the charges. If not, whatever. You know the only person that's standing by Puff right now is Kanye. Did
Yeah.
you know that?
I didn't know that.
Kanye is rocking with Puff. He just did a project with King Combs. Talking with new music. He's rocking with Puff. Kanye is like, I'm rolling with you. I know Beyonce looking at Jay like, you better not open your mouth or I'ma let Solange whoop on your ass again. You better stay far away from Puffy. So Jay ain't doing, but Kanye is rocking with Puff. I mean, I know Puff is probably sitting there like, damn, I don't got no friends, right? But he beats these charges. And when we say beat these charges, understand he's going to be guilty of something. But
Do
it's
you
looking more and more like he's going to get a time served.
do you think all these people that they trying to say had something to do with all of it, like they was involved with the little P Diddy party stuff? Do you think they all was actually involved with that, doing those type of things with him?
No, I mean, a lot of people, a lot of artists in the industry, they're like, yo, we've been to Diddy parties and we've never seen the stuff that's being alleged. So unless there's like a smaller group inside the other grouping of friends, like there's this group that's like, yo, we've been to the party, and then there's this other group like, yeah, there's some freaky shit, and then there's the other group like, we ain't talking about it. I don't know. But once again, when did it become illegal to be a freaky ass nigga? I'm just confused. Like, how do we allow social media and the media to make us believe that being a freak? So you mean to tell me so nudist colonies should be illegal, right? Swinger parties should be illegal
Mm-hmm.
because that's what he was
They
doing. So I'm
they
really
ba-
confused.
they basically doing the same exact thing
The same
with
thing,
with the baby
but
yours
now this is wrong. I don't understand that. Like, prime
because of who
example,
he is.
right? Hugh Hefner, rest in peace of that guy. But come on, this guy was getting them as soon as they turned 18 in a mansion. Freaky shit was going on in the Playboy Mansion. Let's be real. How come that man never got indicted? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's like cases of Astroglide over there. and KY and all types of madness going on over there, and we ain't bringing that up. So why is it? Once again, I just want to express I'm not defending Puff. I'm just trying to understand how all of these things that he's done and is that has done allegedly is illegal now when other individuals in power have done the exact same thing and have never felt, any type of recourse for it. Like I said, the man guilty for beating on Cassie. We are not denying that. That man, he need to he need to do some time for that. Guaranteed. But anything outside of that, I don't understand how you can sit there and say that's illegal for doing some freaky sex shit. That I don't know. That's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna talk about it. But also, have you on? I don't know where you at with your music. Memph Bleak dropped a EP, man. He dropped I think this is his first joint in damn near 20 years. Damn, I'm getting old. This is Memph Bleak. Damn. It's been 20 years. Yeah. It's called Apartment 3D. I think this is Bleak's first EP in 20 years, man. He dropped the EP. It's pretty powerful. It comes off like a
I gotta
you
tune
ain't hear
into
it?
that, right? I ain't
Yeah.
hear it. I gotta tune. I didn't even
Now
know.
you gotta check it out. Yeah, you gotta check it out, man. It's called Apartment 3D. It gives off that Rockefeller reminiscent type days. Like he's just, he got a joint on there called Still Rock. He's just, I think the first track on there is Do Rag Bleak. Back when Bleak used to always rock the do rag, you know what I'm saying? Man, Bleak is like he's just doing that old school rap. Still very lyrical. So
It's
we will.
still the same as Bleak.
Yeah, but his content is different. His content has grown.
Okay,
His lyrical
okay.
content has grown. It's matured. He's no longer. He doesn't sound like young Bleak, in Hove Shadow. He sounds like Boss Bleak, do say Boss. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the Boss
Okay.
Bleak. This isn't the soldier Bleak no more. This is the boss. Have you heard also that I want to talk about this, man? What the fuck is wrong with Jim Jones, bro? We
That's
gotta
my
talk
boy,
about it.
man. That's my
That's your
boy,
boy.
man.
You do look like Jimmy a little bit. Now
Yeah.
you mentioned it, man. You do look like Jimmy, man. Yeah. You do look like Jimmy. Cocky as hell,
Nah,
gray hair on the face. Yeah, you do look like a Jim Jones looking ass motherfucker. Dipset. New York City's right, man. Who the gang,
nah,
gang.
man.
Bang, bang. Shoot his gang. Yo, it seems to me like Jim Jones is just saying shit to stay relevant. The man got into it with Shannon Sharp, saying that he could wrap circles around Nas. You agree with that?
Nah, I can't agree with that. I can't
No,
agree
why
with
not? That's your man's.
that. Hey, my man, I like his music. I like his music, but come on now. With Nas,
Yo, he said he could wrap circles around Nasir Jones, bro.
well, I'm gonna put it like this. They got two different styles of rap, bro.
But it doesn't even listen to me. Jim Jones makes really good music, right? He makes really good music. When you say as a lyricist, Jimmy, no, you're not. You're not a lyricist. This is that gang to that hula bang bang when
I
the
know
Zulu
it.
bang bang when my toolie go bang. He's not. Listen, I love Jim Jones's music. He makes dope music, but as of late, he's running around saying a lot of outlandish things. I believe just to stay relevant. You talking like you nicer than Styles P. You're not nicer than Styles P. You're not nicer than anybody on the locks. Stop it. You was talking shit about Push, King Push. Ugh. You're not nicer than Pusha T. Stop it, man. And now he's saying he's nicer than Nas?
Yeah,
Come
he
on,
can't get
man.
that one. He can't get that one.
To me, Jim Jones gives off the vibe of he just hasn't grown up yet.
But I'm gonna ask you this though. If you was an entertainer or anything, right? Or let's say whatever you do, whatever it is that you do, you won't always think that you're better than everybody else.
That's hip hop. You're supposed to. Absolutely.
Exactly. So why would
You're supposed to say that. But the
so why would
problem
he
is
downgrade himself then? Of course he's gonna
Jim
say something like
Jones Jim Jones is a big old head young nigga. He's an old head young nigga. I don't understand how you could be an OGYN, bro. He's wildin'. Like he's an OGYN. OGBY. Anyways, but like like OBGYN. But nah, like for real, like Jim Jones needs to grow up, bro. For you being the age that you
I agree
are,
with that.
he's acting like he's still in his 20s. You have to stop, bro. You gotta. You're giving off the energy of an old motherfucker that just does not want to let it go. Ain't nobody saying you gotta stop rapping. We not saying that. Keep making dope music. But you out here acting like a child. You're acting like a 20-year-old who just got a record deal and some money and doesn't know how to act. That's how you're acting. That's how he's acting. You're still running around, multiple chains, pants hanging off your ass. Oh, I've done so much for hip hop and da.
Bro, you see that though? That's my boy, you know, I like his music, man, but yeah, the way he be moving.
Yo, come on. You 50 years old, bro. What are you doing? I can't see me running around like that, pants hanging off my ass, talking crazy. Like
Nah,
I'm not a young boy. I'm not young. Like I'm not. So I'm not gonna pretend to be that. I'm gonna carry myself the way I carry myself. Once again, I'm not saying Jimmy gotta stop rapping. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying Jimmy's washed up. Nobody's saying any of that. But when you're taking the route that a younger artist would do, NBA young boy or something, you know what I'm saying? That's okay. With youth, there comes a certain level of ignorance, and that's fine. You are not a youth. Why do you still have this ignorance, bro? Like,
right.
what are you doing? And then you're angry at Cam and Mace for doing what they're doing. Why are you pissed off about that? Like, they moved past, they grew up, they matured, they evolved. You have remained right here. You still skull chains and skull belts. Like, what are you doing? Still? We still doing this, bro? Do you know how crazy it look if my ass was still walking around wearing Jabot jeans, man?
Hey
And
man, don't
and
say nothing
and
about Jaboji, man. Jaboji
and
was
and the
tough.
and the four and 5X t-shirts down to my knees. Come on, bro.
That, that was the days right there, man.
That was the era,
Can't
though.
talk
That
about,
was the era. You know what I'm saying? That was the
can't
era.
talk
I
about
mean, they
them days
starting to
like
do
they
it
was back.
again. They starting to dress like that again. The early
Yo,
two thousands.
correct.
Kids are doing that, but they wearing the baggy pants again, the flared jeans. It's starting to bigger clothes. Like they're not like the super tight man joint. Really, is not out there like that no more. It's kind of
But you
interesting,
know
man.
what? You know that's how it keeps happening like that.
It's
Like every
cycles, yeah,
generation. Yeah, it just keeps
yeah,
cycling. Look at our generation. We started wearing little fitted clothes. And what they used to do back in the 80s and stuff like that.
yeah. I
Back in the
mean,
70s.
but West Indians is different, man. The only motherfuckers that never changed was Jamaicans. Them niggas been wearing tight pants and they ain't never stopped wearing tight pants. Them skinny jeans put on Jamaican all the time. Real bad man, the mother in a shorts, straight jeans, cut off foot pants. Everybody have yours when we give me clocks. Them niggas,
Yeah,
them Jamaicans ain't changed since the 80s. They same shit. You can't tell a Jamaican nothing.
yeah, you
Can't
man.
tell them none. And what's the first they say? Man, I am no pom pom. Now do that. No gal are sitting on my face like chair. All right, bro, you got it. It's cool. Like it's all right. You don't gotta be like calm down. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, like I said, check out the Bleak Project. Check out all these different things, man. It's a lot going on. I see you right. You over there mashing up your food. So I'm not gonna hold you. I just want to say, man, I appreciate you stepping out for me, man. I appreciate you showing up for the show today. You know what I mean? It's a shorter show today, but I definitely appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Telling your story, bro. I think that was like the more important thing was you telling your story and people understanding.
The best part about it is when I got released and my kids saw me again and they ran up to
Yeah,
me like, Daddy!
I didn't get that. I didn't get that. My daughter just looked at me like, "You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here, buddy." I got the yeah. You're not. But nah, man. It's I do think we need some type of reform with immigration. We need to figure out what's going on. We need to just have a better approach, man. If they're gonna do their jobs, that's fine. Do your jobs, but the collateral damage is vast. Lives are being destroyed. Lives are being destroyed. Your approach to it is just atrocious. Running down on people at graduations and that's insane. That's just madness. If these people are doing what they're supposed to do, and they came here the legal way, and they're waiting for their asylums or they're waiting for cases to be decided, there's no need for you to snatch them up and lock them up. Let the cases be decided. If they've approached it this way from the very beginning, that means they are adhering to the laws. They're sitting here doing what they're supposed to do, and then you're deceiving them and snatching them up, which is kind of how they said, bruh, it's a dick move, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It's a dick move, bruh. I mean, like, just be fair, like, you know what I mean. But we'll see what happens. We got some more years under 47, and we'll see what happens. We will see. I see you got something in there. You got like a Hopefully you got like a beverage or something. We going This is the part of the show where we do shots in the quote. I
Oh, I don't got
leave.
no
I
shots.
leave.
I got a bottle of water.
You got about it's okay. You know what I mean? High quality H2O. I will simply say, man, once again, I appreciate you for showing up and telling your story, and I really do appreciate it. I love you, man. I wish nothing but success for you, man. I will simply say this. We are all on the exact same planet. Yeah, we might have these invisible borders that separate us, but we're all on the exact same planet. And the day is going to come, we will all need each other. Treat people the way you would like to be treated. Salute. Oh God, I don't know why I do that all the time. But I am Trinidad and Tobago's son, New York City's nephew, Cvrter Young. Thank you to RareForm for stepping in and for MIK and doing a great job. Make sure you check out his show. You doing the After Dark tonight, right?
All night, baby.
He's
It's going
doing
down.
Ladies After Dark. He's doing the After Dark. We listening, we don't judge. RareForm #1. You doing the After Dark tonight, correct?
Tomorrow night. It's tomorrow night. 9
Tomorrow night.
9
Okay,
p.m.
tomorrow night.
At
Okay,
9
tomorrow
p.m.
night he's doing After Dark. But tonight, 8 p.m. Catch, we listening, we don't judge. It's on TikTok. RareForm #1. We appreciate you coming out. I am Cvrter Young. This is Banter'N'Bullsht. We will see y'all next week. You heard? Let's get it. Appreciate y'all, man, for real.